Hello everyone. Yesterday I wrote a post on goal-based investing. This is a video of the same post. If you don't want to read the post, you can watch this video instead. So I've been writing about early retirement in this blog so far because that's all I've been interested in, and that was my only goal. But for many of you, you probably have multiple goals. For example, maybe early retirement is one of them, but maybe you want to save up for your kids' education, or maybe you want to save up for going on an international vacation or anything. So this post should help you figure out how much you need to save for each of your goals. So the first thing you need to do before saving for your goals is to figure out what your goals are. So start by writing down all your goals. So in this example, I have 3 goals: the kids' college education that you want to pay for, the international vacation that you need to save up for, and of course retirement. So let's say these are the 3 goals that you have. These goals may be different for you, but this is just an example. So once you write down your goals, the next thing you need to figure out is write down the number of years it will take to reach that goal, starting from today. So let's say you need to pay for kids' college education in about 10 years. And your vacation is coming up in 5 years and your retirement is 20 years away. So write this down. Then you want to figure out in future how much you will need to be able to achieve the goal. So to figure that out, you need 2 things. In addition to the number of years to the goal, you also need to know what is the present value of the goal, and so what is the present cost to achieve the goal in today's terms, and the inflation of that goal. So let's say for your kids' education, you need 10 lakhs and the inflation is about 10 years for the college fees, which you can figure out by looking at the last 3 or 4 years. Let's say the school fees or the college fees has been increasing by 10% every year in the last 3 or 4 years. Then the inflation is 10%. Now write down all of those numbers. So instead of going through the blog, I'll just put those numbers on a spreadsheet so you can easily follow. So here are the goals again: the kids' education, international vacation, and retirement, and the number of years to reach those goals, and some rough estimates of how much it will cost in today's terms for each of these. So I've just written some random numbers here, but you have to figure out what your numbers are and what your goals are, and the inflation for each of those goals. So let's say you want to retire in 20 years and the inflation for your retirement expenses, like whatever the food and medicine and all of those things included, is about 7%, and you need 1.5 crores today if you were to retire today. So you can find these numbers using the number of calculators that I have on my blog, but let's say these are the numbers. So the next thing you want to figure out is the future value of that goal. So what is the corpus that you will need 10 years later for your kids' education? So today it might cost you 10 lakhs, but because of inflation of 10%, after 10 years it will be 26 lakhs. And the way you will find this out is using the compound interest formula. So what you need to do is, you in your Excel sheet, type in equal to, use the present value, multiply that by 1 plus the inflation rate. So here it's 10%, and raise that to the power of number of years, so 10 years. So that will be 26 lakhs. So you can do that the same thing for all of your goals. So in this case, it seems like after 10 years I need 26 lakhs for the kids' education. I'll need 6 lakhs for the international vacation and 5.8 crores for my retirement. After you've done that, you want to figure out how flexible your goals are. In the case of kids' education, the goal is a hard deadline. You cannot say that the kid can go college 2 years later or early. It has to be exactly on that day. So exactly after 10 years, your kid has to go to college. So it's a hard deadline. Your international vacation doesn't have any deadline or a specific amount that you need. You can have a lesser amount or more amount. You can go on a smaller vacation or a bigger vacation based on that amount. And maybe you can postpone your vacation a couple of years away if you haven't saved up enough. So this is flexible. Retirement probably does not have a hard deadline if it's your early retirement, but it definitely requires a minimum amount before you can retire. Otherwise you will not be able to pay for your expenses after retirement. So based on the flexibility of your goal, what you need to do is you need to come up with an asset allocation. So in this example, the kids' college fees has a hard deadline, which means at the end of the 10 years, you are supposed to have the required corpus, and it's a hard deadline. So you probably want to be 0% in equity and 100% in debt by the end of the 10 years. So but because you have 10 years, which is a long enough time to be invested in equity so that you can get the benefit of higher returns, you can start with something like a 70-30 allocation, 70% in equity and 30% in debt. And as the years pass by, you slowly change the asset allocation to 0-100. So 0% equity and 100% debt. So what happens is in the initial years it's 70-30, second year it is 60-40, then 50-50, and as the years go by, you're at 0-100. Similarly, for international vacation, you can have an asset allocation, let's say 50-50. It's up to you because it's flexible goal, but you can go 50-50, and then towards as you're reaching the goal, you can be 0-100. Only for retirement, I will always suggest have 70-30 equity debt, and 30% is a big enough debt allocation that it should be able to handle your expenses after you retire for several years. Even if equity is the 70% of your equity part is doing funny things, the 30% in your debt should be big enough to take care of your expenses for a long time, and eventually equity will do the right thing and you won't have problems. So continue 70-30 before and after retirement. So how do you figure out how much you need to invest every month to be able to reach your goals? So for this, you will use a formula called PMT. I've written a blog post on this in one of my posts. You can search for it. I have also left a link in the most recent post. But basically the idea is it will be the PMT will calculate the monthly investments that you need to do to reach your goal. So type in equal to PMT in your Excel sheet, and then for the rate you can figure out what your growth rate for your corpus would be. So because this is a 70-30 allocation, the corpus can grow at a higher rate, but because you're going to 0-100 as the years pass by, you shouldn't use a higher interest like 10 or 12. Instead go with something more conservative, like let's say 8%. And 8% is per annum, but because you do your investments every month, you divide this by 12. And then the next number you want to enter is number of periods. So in this case it will be 10 years, but because you will be investing every month, you have to multiply the number of years here, 10 times the number of months in a year, so 12. So for 120 months you will be investing for your college fees goal. Then the third number you want to enter is whatever you have already invested for this goal. Let's say it's 0, and then the future value will be what you already figured out, which is this 26 lakhs for this goal. The formula wants this to be minus, so just add a minus here, and then whatever that future value is, which is 26. Now this is the amount you need to invest every month in lakhs. So I want to convert this into rupees, so it's won't look like 0.00 something, very small number. So I'll just say times 1 lakh. So now what this formula is telling you is if your investment grows by 8% annually, and if you invest 120 times every month for the next 10 years, then you should be able to reach your goal, which is 26 lakhs, if you invest 14,000 every month. So for this goal, just invest 14,000 every month for the next 10 years and you'll reach your goal. We can do the same thing for all the other goals too. So I'll just drag this. So seems like this is something wrong with the calculation. Let's see here. Okay, so the number of years is not D2 but actually C2. Okay, there. This is the number of years. Okay, so now if I drag this, so this is the investment that you will need to do for each of your goals. We will make one small change, which is instead of using 8% for everything, we will have to come up with a different growth rate for each of these goals, because some are far away, some are 70-30 equity, and some are 50-50, all of those. So in case of international vacation, it is 50-50 allocation, which is going to 0-100. So maybe you can't get 8%, maybe you'll only get 7%. And for your retirement goal, which is 20 years, and you're doing 70-30 allocation, which means you can go for a higher growth rate. So instead of 8%, maybe it'll be 10% or even 12%, who knows. So if I go with 12%, then this is how much you will be needing to invest every month. So that's pretty much it. So if you don't want like 12%, maybe you can go 10% for more conservative number. So in a month you'll have to invest about 98,000, so about 1 lakh you'll have to invest each month to reach these goals. Of course, some goals will end after 10 years or 5 years, but so this is how you find out how much you need to invest for each of your goals. That's all I wanted to talk to you about. Thank you.